Welcome back. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
You're now co-host on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, co-host. It's crazy.
Are
it's
you
full
excited?
circle moment.
I think it's fun to host a show because it's like
Clearly.
quick and you're. Yeah. I mean, even like shows like that though. I love. It's very quick paced, and especially if it's live and it's awesome. Yeah.
It is, and I just have to put it out first and foremost, like Tom Bergeron from the beginning, when I was on at 18, was always the most kind, most beautiful soul. Yes, exactly. And then, you know, all the co-hosts previously, Tyra, and now Alfonso and I are gonna be hosting, so this is just gonna be like coming back home.
Is that crazy for you, just growing up on a show? Like, I mean, it's this. You've been on this show since the beginning.
I was 18. I was on the show, and you know, I was a dancer first.
Yeah.
Won my first 2 seasons back to back.
Yeah.
And then
incredible.
came back as a judge, and that was one of the most like fulfilling moments. And then of course to come back now as a host, it just really does seem full circle. Oh, that was like my coming out party outfit. That was like, I have arrived.
Look at me shine. So when they first asked you, I heard that you actually said no.
When I was 18,
When you were 18, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, you know, I want to be a respected actress and singer. I don't want to be on a competition show, you know, dancing. And then it was like,
because that can get skewed in the public eye.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I was like, you know, this is what I want to do. This is my path. And then it was like, well, I guess it's kind of a good thing to be able to have that as my day job, you know?
Yeah, and then it blew up.
And then it blew up.
Yeah.
It was so wild. I mean, like overnight, I had just finished high school basically, and then I got on the show, and I mean, you know it.
We have very similar starts. Yeah, I was like, wait, this sounds familiar.
Yeah, like, in fact, we were actually opposite each other. It was like Idol and Dancing with the Stars were across the hall from each other.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
But obviously,
you were
different
age,
time.
different time.
I just have to say that, like, from being on the show to now, I've had the most support and the most loyal fans from that show.
So cool.
And so to be able to like come back in a way that's like just. I'm so full of gratitude and love. Like, I cannot even begin to share how excited I am.
It's awesome that is the experience as well. That doesn't always happen for everybody, so it's awesome. That was. But speaking of acting, so I asked your brother this once, but you and he were in one of the Harry Potter movies, right?
That is correct.
Just so you know, there will never be anything you do that is cooler than this to me.
Oh, by the way.
I'm like, I think this is the coolest thing ever.
You are not alone.
That is crazy.
The coolest thing
That would be my
done.
claim to fame till I died. Like, I love Harry Potter. I love the whole, I read all the books, and then I saw all the movies. I love the whole world.
Same
I think
thing.
it's so creative.
I had just read all of the books.
Yeah.
And then, like, I was going to school in London at a performing arts school.
I know that,
And they came to our school and were like, we're doing this movie, but we can't tell you what it is. We all auditioned and stuff, and then they told us it was Harry Potter. And I remember I clearly was American because I was like, can I audition for Hermione?
Hermione? Very American. I heard that you had a crush on Daniel Radcliffe. Is that true?
Oh, for sure. I was 11. We were in Gloucestershire shooting a scene, and it was Valentine's Day, and I actually got him a Beanie Baby and like tried to like. It was Valentino. Wrote him a love note. Don't know if he ever got it. I think I've told the story a couple times, but in fact, I actually saw Emma Watson the other day, and I walked up to her and I was like, "Hey, like we've met a few times, but I don't know if you know this. I was in Harry Potter." She's like, "I remember you." I was like, "You absolutely don't remember me." I was an extra.
Maybe she's got one of those memories.
She was being kind.
I will say though, you're one of those striking people though, and it's a lot to do with your eyes, ma'am. So once you meet you, your eyes just stand out, especially when you're that blonde. So it's like, I don't know, she might have remembered. You're very striking.
You're very kind too.
Just saying. No, I'm just saying you remember. You remember something sometimes. But I have to show this video. Your mom made. I love your mom so much.
Me too.
This might be just the best mom thing ever. Watch this video.
And then I've got a place for my essential oils. I've got my earbuds. I have some doggy treats and some, of course, some cashews, some nuts, you know, because I like to munch. And, you know, you never know when you need some sunglasses. Oh, I found another earbud. Well, that's cool. You never know what you might find in these pockets. I've been looking for those.
I've been looking for those. I was telling her while we were watching this, I love pockets. I'm obsessed. If you see me in a dress on a red carpet or any event, it has pockets, and I have things in them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love pockets, too.
Oh my gosh, anytime like any of us see pockets, we'll like send a video to my mom and be like, Mom, we're thinking of you. But like, I don't know if you saw the last thing when she opened her jacket, she actually had a little Silly Sally puppet. She also does puppets.
I know, I saw that.
She's so cute.
She's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you brought wine today, first of all, thank you. And secondly, this is your label, and it's with Nina Dobrev, right?
Yes, yeah. So Nina and I, thank you
Marcia.
so much. Thank you, thank you.
I'm about to go on vacation to Italy, so
Oh,
we'll just
yes,
taste
just
that.
kind of get started early. I love it.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, my best friend Nina and I, we started Fresh Vine Wine, and you guys are gonna love this because it is a premium wine from Napa Valley, but it's low carb, low calorie, low sugar. And honestly, like we've done so well since we launched. We're gonna be in all 50 states by July, which like—
Wait, you've only been out for like a year, right?
we launched in 2021, but in 1 year, we got all 50 states, which like, that does not happen.
Wow, it's really good.
So like Whole Foods, Total Wines, like it's everywhere.
Yes.
And also, again, not compromising on how good it is. Because I've tasted some of the other low calorie ones, and I'm not trying to knock, but I'm also trying to promote, you know.
Yeah, but also
this is
something just
delicious.
sometimes doesn't taste good. So you're not knocking them, it just,
I love it.
You grew up in a Mormon family, which I love your
Yes.
family. I actually met your whole family one time, I feel like in a hallway in an award show, and I was like, your mother should sell her eggs. But they're all beautiful. It's like, what? Anyway, but so wine was never probably a part of your household. I'm Southern Baptist, so sometimes whenever I grew up, it was like, no dancing, no singing. Like it was often very footloose.
Very
That's
footloose.
hilarious, didn't even mean to do it. But when did you start loving wine since you didn't grow up around it?
Well, when I was 21, I actually ended up dating your former host, Ryan.
Ryan Seacrest, yes. Yeah.
And so we dated, and he's very much into wine. And so
Is he? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he's got I think like a winery in Napa and in Italy. And
What?
So, yeah, like that was my first.
He has so many jobs.
Yes.
Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a total sidebar.
Yeah,
But yes.
yes.
But he like introduced me to wine, and what was so interesting is like because I didn't drink, as, you know, growing up LDS, it was usually associated with like partying, getting drunk, but this was like an education. And I'm such a geek. I love to learn.
I love
things.
learning.
And so it was
Yeah.
like he taught me like all the different like how to, you know, smell and taste and like swirl
Pairing
the
is
glass
important as
and,
well, yeah.
You know, like it felt very cool. And then I was like, how do I take that, what I learned, and put it into something good and share it with all of you?
Yes, something wonderful. Even Jesus was into this. So I'm just,
Absolutely.
I'm doing this is God's plan, Drake.
Yes,
this is God's
exactly.
plan, not
Cheers.
mine.
Cheers.
Exactly. Thank you,
Cheers,
Jesus. I like water too, but this was an improvement. Well, last year was your Broadway debut. Congratulations, that's so exciting.
Thank
I love
you.
Broadway.
Thank you.
So the play was put on, was it all women?
All women. I
That's
mean,
cool.
the director, the writer, there were 7 of us, and it was all women. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Vanessa Williams,
happening.
Susie Nakamura, and like, it was just amazing. But the best part is the title of the play. So the title is called POTUS, or Behind Every Great Dumbass Are 7 Women Trying to Keep Him Alive.
It's like the longest title, but it's insanely funny.
It is. It's a farce. And you know what was so great about it is, you know, last year with everything going on, I mean, politically, it was like we thought we were coming in to do a comedy. And at some point, like, it switched. And all of a sudden, it was very cathartic. And people were coming in. And it was so, like, we were in this moment of time and history. And it was just the first time I've ever been able to, like, really stand for what I believe in through my art.
Yeah.
Instead of having to, like, you know, get on Instagram and preach, you know, it was like, this is what I believe in, and I get to do it through my art. And that was really, really cool.
And it's the coolest thing, too, to be able to do that with humor.
Yes.
Because that's how you break the barrier, I
Yep.
feel like, between any divisional kind of thing happening.
Exactly.
Any division happening, I should say. But I feel like that humor just comes right in to save the day, and it's like, it makes you kind of step back and just see things from different sides in like a playful way.
Well, and obviously it can always get very heavy. And so the fact that there was like a moment where you could go to a play and have real issues, but you're laughing and feeling so empowered when you leave, like that was so special.
And thought-provoking. It's cool to be part of something, I assume, that is thought-provoking and people leave talking.
It is.
That's so cool.
It is.
Well, everyone has a story about something not going right, like with a live show.
Oh, yeah.
I have plenty. And I've shared a lot of them. What is yours? If like in a dancing thing or whatever you're doing,
Oh my
has anything
gosh.
ever gone very poorly.
I mean, wardrobe malfunctions like up the yin yang, literally. And like, I don't know. I mean, I definitely have not forgotten a line, but forgotten to speak. And you know, like meaning like I just forgot it was my turn.
Oh, okay.
You know, and so like there was a pause, and then. You know, which is like the biggest dream that you have, like nightmare.
Nightmare, yeah.
That like you forget your lines, you can't sing, like you're dancing and you're falling on the floor and you can't get up. Like those are my nightmares, by the way. You're welcome.
Yeah.
But that actually happened on stage where I just froze because I was like, yeah, who's supposed to speak right now?
Why is it someone's failing here?
Yeah, someone sucks. It's me.
I forget lines all the time. Like I forgot, even whenever I was in like high school doing musical like theater, like I always messed it. I just kind of would improv it, but I do the same thing musically. I think my memory isn't great with stuff like that, so I just end up making it up in the moment.
Actually, you just made me think of something. When I was touring and doing country music, I forgot the lyrics to my own song that I wrote.
Specifically the ones you write. Yeah. What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like we weren't certain, like we had so many ideas for maybe this line that we couldn't remember which one we went with. Like I don't know what happens. But it's the worst when it's your song. Yeah. And then you're just like, you sing.
Yeah.
You're like, I meant to do this. Yeah.